Welcome to the Hyde School Baccalaureate Ceremony. As a school committed to a foundation of character, we have always said, who you are is more important than what you can do. And of course, if you focus on who you are, what you can control, your attitude, your effort, your character, then you're going to achieve some great things. Unlike the prevailing culture where everyone gets a base hit, everyone gets a trophy, everyone needs to feel good, we will acknowledge some individuals today whose accomplishments have created a wake for all of us to ride. While everyone's name will not be recognized, the senior class, and in fact the entire student body, is to be commended for completing this year with honor, especially with the challenges we have faced in the pandemic. Hyde is a lifelong journey. We honor your courage to stay in the game, and we know that this investment will come back to you. To acknowledge our four-year graduates, Claire Grant.
It's time now to recognize the members of the distance team in this year's senior class. They are the students and families that have logged in 4 or more years with us. Their longevity has strengthened our school, and we are grateful for their legacy. In previous years, you would receive a rose to take to your parents, which we are saddened we can't do this year, but we do have a special clock to honor your time that you've spent with us. This young man brought his creative and independent spirit here as a freshman. Hailing from the Midwest, he was far from home, but we quickly were drawn to his unique sense of humor and his big heart. These qualities were the foundation of his many friendships at Hyde and the reason his peers trusted him. As you talk to him, he might share his love of art, astronomy, or jewelry making, and most definitely lacrosse. We are proud of Kala Tavonen, and when he is ready to give his speech, we will be ready to listen. Thank you, Colin. Congratulations.
All right, I will be presenting the awards for excellence in subject area learning. Each year, the academic department recognizes 1 or 2 individuals for scholastic and learning excellence in their subject area. We begin with excellence in the arts. To be awarded excellence in art, the student must understand that there is no such thing. Excellence in art is to strive lifelong within the pursuit of creativity, knowledge, experiences, and passion for understanding the world around you. We'll start with our Underclassmen Award. Process over outcome is her approach. She picks up the pen and starts moving it around the paper, letting it curve, flow, and repeat, and something will form. Her willingness to experiment and take risks when she lacked confidence was her greatest teacher. This artist sought her own challenges. She led with a vision, not always certain about the result, but she kept moving, just like the lines in her abstract faces. Flow, curve, flow, repeat. Process, then outcome. Congratulations, Ruby Hewitt, on the Underclassmen Excellence Art Award. So when you guys are announced, please come up and then go outside to have your picture taken. That would be great. Apparently, I'm not loud enough. All right, now for our senior award. The wonderful multifacets of this student come to life through her drawings. Flip through her sketchbooks, and you cannot help but smile as you peruse through pages of playful figures posed with whimsical hairstyles in bright, frilly outfits. As impressive are the obvious hours spent practicing and perfecting the proportions, postures, expressions, and color schemes that best suit her characters' personalities. She once said she hopes her art and the stories that accompany her characters will help others. Allowing herself to be open to critique, she embraced this challenge with resilience by experimenting and allowing herself to let go, moving beyond sweet and frilly to explore a little ugly, which is often needed to grow as an artist. We look forward to seeing what you create at Lesley University and the stories you will tell in your future. Dylan Webster, with grit and grace, you have earned the Senior Excellence in Art Award. Excellence in Foreign Language. To receive an Excellence in Foreign Language award, a student must accept the challenge of a diverse learning environment, embody curiosity for other cultures and what they are capable of, and have the courage to take risks with another language. This award is usually given to a native English speaker who is studying another language. This year, however, we had a special case. He arrived at Hyde in August with little confidence and some fear about doing classwork, but showed courage and grit over the course of the year and made, quite frankly, amazing progress. He dove in and has made incredible strides in learning how to participate and hold his own socially and academically in a language foreign to him, English. This year's award for excellence in a foreign language goes to Jose Herrera Batista. Y'all gotta wave to your mamas. Excellence in Science. To be conferred the Excellence in Science Award, a student must demonstrate a strong commitment to the rigorous study of scientific principles, coupled with a desire to indulge their deep sense of wonder about the world around them. This year's Underclassmen Excellence Award in Science is deservedly awarded to a student who is dedicated to understanding application as well as function, and demonstrates unequivocally the curiosity upon which science is rooted. By putting self-improvement ahead of achievement, he sets an example of responsible citizenship. For these reasons, Underclassmen Science recognition goes to Hale Pastor. Few students are nominated in multiple subject areas for excellence, and this senior has consistently been nominated in multiple academic categories all year. For science, though, just as the great scientists did before her, this student approached her work in a unique way. Always accurate, always inventive, this year's senior recognition for excellence in science goes beyond the sciences and speaks to the efforts and attitudes that we have seen grow and blossom over the past 3 years. Congratulations to our Excellence in Science recipient, Maya Newberg. Thought there was. Excellence in Mathematics. To excel in mathematics, a student must learn to love the discomfort of uncertainty and the pain of failure. With patience, the struggle and discomfort leads to growth, discovery, and understanding. Our underclassmen student's teacher writes, "When I met him during Summer Challenge, his father and I talked about his gifted ability in math. It was clear from the onset that this was not an exaggeration. He went above and beyond throughout the year, demonstrating an intrinsic desire and motivation to seek the next level. He is indeed gifted, and I look forward to seeing this young man reach his potential." The Underclassmen Excellence in Mathematics Award goes to Sam Bergeron. And now for our Senior Award. Without fail, this young woman has demonstrated through the year a distinct talent in mathematics and a commitment to excellent work. She approaches problems with a rare and formidable combination of curiosity and diligence. She led the BC Calculus class as only she could. We are so very glad to hear that she will continue to study mathematics at Rutgers University in the fall, where we are sure she will once again inspire her teachers and peers. Congratulations to our Senior in Excellence in Mathematics recipient in China, Cynthia Wong. Excellence in history. A strong student of history is able to develop their critical reasoning and analytical skills, including the capacity for solving problems and thinking creatively. They demonstrate intellectual rigor and independence, including the ability to conduct detailed research. They are able to make historical connections between current day and events that happened long ago. For underclassmen, a force to be reckoned with, driven by her curiosity and desire to succeed, she proved to herself and her peers that she can operate at the college level. Her contributions in class were thoughtful and stimulating, allowing the whole class to benefit. She's primed for continued success in history, and her teacher is looking forward to learning about the creation of modern Europe at AP Euro next year together. Congratulations, Grace Gardner, the underclassman recipient for history. Consistency was the hallmark of this senior's experience in government class. Consistently prepared to engage in nuanced classroom discussions, consistently prepared for tests, and consistently persuasive in written work. Although this student is not native to the U.S., she did not let that discourage her from digging in and learning deeply about the strengths and weaknesses of our American system of government. Notwithstanding the fact that she was always prepared for class and her knowledge base was solid, she was patient and refrained from dominating classroom discussions. Rather, she was a quiet, respected, consistent class leader. It is with great pleasure that I present the Senior Excellence in History Award to Mika Webman. Excellence in English. To merit the award for excellence in English, a student must have curiosity about the power of language to delight and instruct. They should also have the ambition to craft strong, persuasive writing of their own. This underclassman was initially reluctant to enroll in AP English Language and Composition. They started the year playing it safe, but soon started taking risks in class discussions and in essay writing that would springboard their analytical and writing skills to the next level. Over the course of the year, this student turned into a clear and confident writer who is adept at evaluating what a writer says, as well as what a writer does with words to persuade others. Eli Felt has earned this year's Underclassmen Award for Excellence in English. He just could have waved right there. This year's award for a senior for excellence in English goes to a student who has been fearless and persistent in getting out of their comfort zone to improve their skills. They always sought feedback and instruction to take their writing to the next level, and her teacher says that she has a ferocious, literally, work ethic, revising, reorganizing, and rewriting, not just for a grade, but also to learn. For her strong critical thinking skills, her powers of logic and organization, and her tremendous progress in all areas of English composition, I'm delighted to bestow this year's Excellence in Senior English to native Chinese speaker Fiona Liu. Excellence in music. Our underclassman recipient for excellence in music demonstrates passion and effort, both in and out of the classroom. Whenever she enters the class, this student can barely contain her excitement, ready to let the class know what music she's been listening to. Her tastes are varied, ranging from Disney classics to Metallica. She bravely and boldly transitioned from playing the trumpet to playing the electric bass this year. Her diligent practice has been commendable, and we look forward to seeing her achieve the musical goals she has set for herself in the coming year. Congratulations, Amanda Morgan. This year's senior recipient of the Award for Excellence in Music is a talented and dedicated musician. Over the course of the year, he demonstrated tremendous ability as a drummer, as well as intellectual curiosity across all aspects of music. This student cared deeply about the musical facilities on campus and volunteered his time to help keep them organized and to hold his fellow students accountable to do the same. His absence this spring has been deeply felt in the arts at Hyde, a true testament to how integral he has been to the fabric of our musical community. This year's Senior Award for Excellence in Music goes to Ian Godin. Next, we have the Phi Beta Kappa Award for the state of Maine. The Phi Beta Kappa Association of Maine bestows this award upon the junior class member who is going on to higher education and who has demonstrated intellectual curiosity and achievement in and beyond the classroom. By this award, the association recognizes intellectual achievement and distinction among secondary students in the state of Maine and thereby seeks to foster a greater commitment to the study of the liberal arts and sciences. On behalf of the association, it is my honor to give this award to Finton Kamen. Now to present the Hyde Character Awards is Jen Labozo.
Would the following students please come and stand up in front of the faculty to the left of the podium? Ashley Baez Santana, Lulu Varian, Avi Feinstein, Colin Tronner, and Spencer West. We're very close after evals now, so it's fine. Please step forward as I read each of your names. Curiosity. I am responsible for my own learning. Ashley Baez. Ashley entered Hyde as a postgraduate and an international student with English as a second language. She is a determined young woman who proved herself and others that she is no quitter, and she won't stop working until she has achieved her goals, both academically and in her sport of basketball. In the Hyde process, she had an openness to embark on a journey of self-discovery and sought to challenge her family in the process. We are proud to present the Curiosity Character Award to Ashley Baez Santana. Emmy Luvarian. Courage. I learned the most about myself through challenge and taking risks. Lulu Varian has made tremendous growth in her 3 years as a Hyde student. At first, she had little confidence in her academic abilities, but she persevered. By the end of her senior year, she showed herself that she could succeed. Her decision to return to Hyde for a postgraduate year exemplifies her ability to accept challenges and her drive to go after her best. Through her hard work, she proved to herself she is a young woman who can be an academic, an athlete, and a mentor for other girls in the community. We are proud to give the Courage Character Award to Emmy Luvarian. Concern, Avi Feinstein. Concern, I need a challenging and supportive community in which to develop my character. One of Avi's most notable strengths is his concern for others. The entire community recognizes his big heart. Last July, Avi chose to return early with a group of seniors to help set the tone for our student culture in a year full of challenging new policies and procedures. Since then, he has worked to build a camaraderie and rapport with his dorm peers and parents in Emerald House, and he took pride in making the dorm a home away from home. His openness and willingness to listen extended to peers and faculty all over campus. We are proud to give the Concerned Character Award to Avi Feinstein. Colin Tronner. Leadership. I am a leader through asking the best of myself and the best of others. Colin definitely has charisma. As a member of the Peer Council Committee in the fall, Colin gave challenging and supportive feedback to his peers. He also had the courage to take an honest look at his academic progress and initiated a structured study hall in the library for himself and other students who could benefit from this environment. You could always count on Colin to step up and speak up in an academic setting, public speaking, and most recently, in the senior evaluation process. We are proud to present the Leadership Character Award to Colin Tronner. Integrity, Spencer West. Integrity, I am gifted with a unique potential, and conscience is my guide to uncovering it. Spencer is kind, sensitive, and honest. Although he was afraid of the unknown going into the senior evaluation process, he asked the tough questions and found he had the strength to share himself openly and honestly. Spencer became more vulnerable and modeled this for his peers. Spencer is confident, conscience-centered young man and is extremely genuine. He leaves Hyde with a newfound confidence, ready to embrace his next journey. We are proud to present the Integrity Character Award to Spencer West. And now to present the Excellence in Athletics, Stephen Jensen.
Honorable mention, Mike Celestin for his efforts in cross-country, soccer, basketball, and track. Honorable mention, Dan Carey for his efforts in running, soccer, basketball, and track. Athlete of the Year. This year's Athlete of the Year goes to a student who has been with us for 3 years now. She started out not seeing herself as an athlete, but really has transformed into one over the years. She has played about every sport we have offered here and really took a liking to lacrosse. I challenged her a couple years ago to try basketball and lacrosse, and sure enough, she stepped up and did so. She didn't just do it for herself, she did it for the school. She embraced the concept of being a three-sport athlete, and along the way really took hold of her leadership. She wasn't always the most talented, but she always pushed herself to be better. It was a pleasure working with you, Kim James, and congratulations on being named Athlete of the Year. Now to present the Hyde Spirit Awards is Bob Felt.
These following individuals, please come on up when I call your name. They demonstrate a commitment to the spirit of Hyde School, resilience, purpose, and fun. So when I call your name, please come up. Paulo Lacabello, Dan Carey, Jacob Farnam, Natalie Stoner, Michael Celestin, Sydney Wall, and Collins Connolly. Please come on up. Miss Wall here? Okay. So step forward. Paulo Lacabello. If you've ever crossed paths with Paulo and asked him, so how are you going today? And how are you doing? You will get the same answer time and time again. Just peachy. You? Paulo, your humor, quick wit, and can-do spirit have inspired our community this year. Your recent whistling concerto was a true example of being comfortable in your own skin and going for it. Thanks for being you, Paulo. Good job. Step back a little bit. Dan Carey. Not always the loudest voice, Dan embodies the person who jumps in and asks questions later, not to mention his smile and caring heart. We look forward to seeing what you do next year. Thanks for all you bring to Hyde, Dan. Jacob Farnam. Jacob made the defining decision to leave the comfort of his local high school and embrace the Hyde education. From day one, he has had an open mind and an enthusiasm for the Hyde way. From his wild dancing at the prom to quietly picking up the gym when no one is around, we thank him for who he is and what he brings to our community. Thanks, Jacob. Where's Natalie? Natalie? No, Natalie. I'm going to read Natalie's. Nat jumped into our new normal in the July summer program, and her spunk and warmth helped navigate her journey through the ups and downs of her senior year. Her genuine concern for others has always been present, and we counted on her maturity and voice on our evening howls to share what needed to be said. Thank you, Natalie. Michael Celestin. You have had your struggles, but despite all of it, you have a heart of gold. There were times when you were able to galvanize our community, and your ability to not let difficult circumstances get in your way of your dreams has left a lasting impact on the Hyde community. Thanks for being a Hyde student, Michael. Sydney Wall. What can you say about a person who does not define her job by a title, punch a time clock, and embodies the happy to do it mantra? Miss Wall has been a colleague, a friend, a challenger, and a champion to those of us who need your support. While the number of responsibilities you juggle can be chaotic, you never fail to embrace it, and you meet those challenges head on with a smile and ask, "How can I help?" Thank you, Sydney. Last but not least, Colin's Connolly. Thanks to the pandemic, we lucked out and Collins found her way to Hyde. Next up, academic triangle. Ms. Peltzer.
Oh, it's got my name, Bob. All right. The academic learning triangle. In traditional schools, the teacher is the gatekeeper of information, the student, the recipient. At Hyde, in the learning triangle, the student is at the peak, and the student and teacher both have access to the information. The teacher now acts as a facilitator, expecting and allowing the student to go after the information themselves. Without a doubt, every morning, a little face peeks into my office to say good morning. And I'm not the only one. Caring, thoughtful, and dedicated to every aspect of our co-curricular program, the student truly seeks opportunities to partner with his teachers. He fully leans into his part of the dance of learning, working with his teachers, learning together, teaching each other, digging deeper, and pushing each other. Fully accepting his role in this collaborative and reciprocal relationship, the 2021 Underclassmen Academic Learning Triangle so deservedly goes to Stephen Heil. I tried. The Senior Award. We now acknowledge a senior whose learning elevates to a synergistic relationship with the teacher and explores the material at a deeper level. This Seniors Award goes to a student whose time at Hyde has been distinguished by their learning attitude. This student is diligent, hardworking, humble, and forms strong working relationships with her instructors. Add this to her courage, curiosity, and conscience, and you have a student who epitomizes the learning triangle, where the student and teacher collaborate in a mutual quest for knowledge. We so wish that she could be here, this year's Senior Learning Triangle recipient, Cynthia Wong. Presenting the Faculty Learning Triangle is Laura Galt.
Hyde School has always been blessed with outstanding faculty. This year we honor City Girl, who has come to call Maine her home. She loathes saying that she has a PhD, or any recognition for that matter, but we all know her as a teacher, as our grammar goddess, an all-around role model for learning. While she loves sparring with her students, few go above and beyond like Mary Agnes Etzel. She helps her students learn both the foundations and the possibilities of intellectual discovery. Did we also say that Miss Etzel's dry humor has kept us all centered this year? In one of our many Zoom meetings this spring, we would discuss you all, the kids, which is, of course, our favorite topic. Mary Agnes could be counted on to be the toughest critic of a student and then turn around and become his or her biggest champion. Her dedication can be summed up with knowledge, heart, commitment, and a never-ending search for one's best. Hyde is about finding one's unique potential. Mary Agnes has found hers, and it's about improving the lives of our students. Yet it has not just been the students that you have affected. This year, our faculty team has experienced a year like no other, and Mary Agnes was a key part of that team. Whether it was faculty development, seminars, creating fun, Mary Agnes was always thinking about the next right step. This award was founded 34 years ago, and it honors the great teaching that has always been a hallmark of Hyde. Ms. Etzel, we thank you for making a difference in our community. This year's Teaching Triangle is Mary Agnes Etzel. Our last award today is the Fleming Award. This award is named for the late Bill Fleming, who was a dedicated and long-tenured member of the Hyde Board of Governors. This award recognizes the student whose growth in their total career at Hyde has exhibited a strength of character and self-motivation in all areas of the Hyde experience. This year's recipient came to us 3 years ago as a shy girl from another culture. She appeared to possess a mild, compliant nature, yet she had a fierce fighting spirit that responded to the character curriculum here at Hyde. She quickly established herself as somebody who wanted more for her life. Fiona's voice wasn't always the loudest, and there were certainly times when she faltered. But ultimately, she set an example of best effort in all areas of the school. She was known as a stellar student, but her drive of excellence was also in tackling things outside of her comfort zone, performing arts, discovering group, swimming. She displayed her true grit during the pandemic when she committed to stay here on campus despite her fears, and inspired us all with her courage to be the lone student from China. Later, when she returned back to her homeland, she continued to display her leadership through senior classes, investment club, Zoom evening howls, and senior evaluations. Next year, she heads to Ohio State. We know that she will make a difference, just as she has done here. The 2021 Fleming Award goes to Fiona Liu. So this concludes our ceremony today. We will now leave here and we will go down to the theater and we will sit in the seats down there and we will watch our performing arts presentation. Thank you all.